Forte. Hello, everyone. Here. Let's see. Everything's set up here. Get my lighting turned on. Ooh. I had my lighting up because I was playing with my new green screen yesterday. Figured out I needed another good light, so I've ordered one. So there we go. There. Take the place of this light that I'm trying to turn on right now. The switch for this one is currently underneath my new desk. I'm like overlit on this side. Of course, I think that's from the sun outside. It's a nice sunny day today, which it won't be tonight. Well, of course, it's not going to be a sunny day at night. But tonight's supposed to snow in the state of Kansas. A little, last minute hurrah for winter. So, yeah. And I announced something in the pre-show here. This is going to be the last Monday live stream. Walmart, the company that I make my money from, have decided to change my schedule. So Mondays are out. My new days off are going to be Sunday and Tuesday. Yeah, it kind of pissed me off. What? Excuse my language. Yeah. If you're gonna give me 2 days off, give me 2 days in a row, not split in the middle by, or not Sunday, Tuesday. It's gonna be Friday and Sunday. Excuse me. I don't know why I got Sunday and Tuesday in the head. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to move the recording of the show. I'm probably gonna move it to Fridays, cause I don't know, just makes the most sense to me. So it's like I sit down and think of the logistics of when to write my script and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm saying I'm an unhappy person right now is kind of an understatement. I am very unhappy. But it is what it is. I'll adjust, I guess. Either that or I'll just get so pissed off I go looking for another job. Which I actually start to do. I've looked around and see what was available, but nothing immediately jumps out. Put an application here or there. Haven't got anything. Anything more than a courtesy thank you. It is what it is. But yeah, as I said, supposed to get like somewhere less than an inch of snow tomorrow. It'll probably melt off real quick. Probably won't even, be late for work. Because today it's like nearly 70 degrees. So I'm sure this will probably show up on your news on the news someplace. The evening news. That might be a problem. I'm gonna close that door because it's gonna create. If if I'm gonna get wind out of the west there, it's gonna mess with things. Hold on. All right. I'll probably work better, and also work better for lighting. This is on my brand new desk right now. That's nice. It has a wing over on my left hand side, so I have you know something to go for over here. You know, I could go crazy and put a third monitor here, maybe on my laptop, but I just don't have any plans for it right now. I got some new lighting for the desk. So let's see. Bought a new desk. I bought a new light. I bought an Elgato collapsible green screen because why not? You know, I'd love to do something with a green screen, but you know, what I don't know. Let's move myself over here. I better open my script now, shouldn't I? And stop looking at myself. Put my stuff over here. Open today's script. This is a much nicer desk. I'm going to start the show here in a minute. Got a new freighter from Star Trek Enterprise. And one of my little geek boxes recently. Put it on my desk there. Yeah. Anyway, I suppose we should get cracking so I can get to editing and enjoy one of my last 2 days off in a row. Here's my solution. If for some reason I'm gonna see how this does, and if I truly don't like it, I'm gonna complain. I'm gonna see if they'll do anything for me. If they don't, I have a lot of PTO that I can make use of. So I think at least maybe once a month or once every 6 weeks or so, maybe I'll just take a day off. Just take that Saturday off. Yeah, serves them right. I haven't exactly seen what the other people in my department's schedules are yet, so I don't know when they come in and out and everything. This is all part of Walmart's idea. Let's hire more full-time people. It's a great idea. Great idea. Can you hire more people in my department though? Right now, I cover our little hardlines team is 3 people plus the team lead, which is what used to be called department manager, and we cover sporting goods, hardware, automotive, and also stationery and arts and crafts. So pretty much, I always call it the half of the store. It's more like a third of the store. But so usually there's only like one or two people working in my department because again, we're a small department, which means it's a lot of rushing from one department to another, answering phones. Yeah. So I just hope that if they're gonna do this, hire more people, and then give me back a actual weekend. But again, I digress. All right, let's get ready to go here. I think I might have to blow my nose first. All right. I don't know why I like to create the illusion that that backdrop means something. That's just the way it goes. Okay, let's get the show started. Tonight, the return of Picard's favorite frenemy, a realistic lightsaber isn't long off, and we remember Robert Fletcher, James Hampton, and Felix Silla. All that and more on this edition of Multiverse Tonight! Comic books, sci-fi, fantasy, and more. If you're looking for a roundup of geeky news, you're in the right place. This is Multiverse Tonight. And here's your host, Thomas Townley. Hello and welcome to episode 122 of Multiverse Tonight. I'm your host, Thomas Townley. And, well, not much to say at the beginning of the show here. As I was talking to people in the pre-show, which you can join now, we're going to, and this is why, we're changing the I'm changing the recording date for new episodes. My job at a retail outlet starts with W, ends in Mert. um, has decided to change my schedule. So I no longer have Mondays off. I now have Friday and Sunday. So I'm probably going to be moving recordings to Friday. So that would be this upcoming, let's see, next episode we'll be recording will be on May 7th. So it'll be a change, and so that means that uh, there won't be a new episode. There probably won't be any new episodes for the week of the second. So basically, we're gonna have a slight hitch. So just you know watch this space. Anyway, we have plenty of news to talk about, so let's get started with some Star Trek news.
Roger, roger.
Inside Editions is releasing a new Star Wars-based cookbook just in time for Star Wars Day. Star Wars Galactic Baking is a 128-page hardback containing 30 recipes based on the saga. You can enjoy recipes like Yoda's root leaf rolls, Mustafarian molten lava cakes, Cloud City marshmallows, Life Day cake, Ranker claws, Lothcat kibble, Keshian spice bread, Dagobah bog pie, and loads more. Vanessa Lopez, Vice President of Licensing and Partnerships at Insight, told Space.com, quote, "We're fans as much as we are editors, so for us, the process of combining baking with Star Wars started with finding ways to incorporate the lore into the recipes. Whether it's recipes like the Life Day cake or the Lothcat kibble, or in-world ingredients like crate salt and Flumpset cheese, we imagine these recipes as opportunities for fans to feel as immersed in the Star Wars galaxy as possible without having to leave their homes." Unquote. The recipe book will be out on May 4th and will cost $16.99. According to reports, Disney has shown off a working lightsaber. At a press event dubbed a special look inside Disney Parks, Josh D'Amaro, chairman of Disney Parks Experiences and Products, reportedly pulled a lightsaber out of a small box stating, "It's real." The saber then self-extended. This may be the culmination of a patent Disney filed a few years ago that looked to be designed to create an energy sword effect. Most likely, they'll unveil it to the public on May the 4th. The classic Star Wars first-person shooter, Republic Commando, is now available on PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. The game, originally released for the Xbox and PC back in 2005, allows players to play as Clone Commando RC-1338, who leads Delta Squad on a variety of tactical missions. Here's the description, quote, "Chaos has erupted throughout the galaxy. As a leader of an elite squad of Republic Commandos, your mission is to infiltrate, dominate, and ultimately annihilate the enemy. Boss, Fixer, Scorch, and Sev, better known as Delta Squad, are back. Your squad will follow your orders and your lead, working together as a team instinctively, intelligently, instantly. Relive the legendary campaign. Welcome to the Clone Wars. Chaos has battle relentless enemies. Battle a variety of highly intelligent and deadly enemies, from brutal Trandoshan mercenaries to the flying insectoid warriors of Geonosis. The squad is at your command. Your squad will follow your orders, performing complex commands and strategic maneuvers. You are their leader. They are your weapon." Unquote. Now, you can download it now from the Nintendo eShop or PlayStation Store for the low price of $14.99. Now, let's go on to the geek news. The Emmy-winning creator and star of Fleabag, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, is joining the cast of the new Indiana Jones movie, according to a Lucasfilm press release. Now, she'll be joining Harrison Ford for the as-of-yet untitled fifth film in the franchise, and there will also be a change in the director's chair as Steven Spielberg has bowed out and James Mangold has taken over. Mangold, in the statement, said, quote, "I'm thrilled to be starting a new adventure collaborating with the dream team of all-time great filmmakers. Stephen, Harrison, Kathy, Frank, and John are all artistic heroes of mine. And when you add Phoebe, a dazzling actor, brilliant creative voice, and the chemistry she will undoubtedly bring to our set, I can't help but feel as lucky as Indiana Jones himself." Unquote. Now, another star has also joined the cast, as Deadline has reporting that Mads Mikkelsen will also be joining Indiana Jones 5. Chris McKay, director of the upcoming movie The Tomorrow War, has been tapped to possibly direct and produce Renfield, a monster movie focused on Dracula's very unhinged acolyte, Renfield. The character was a patient in an asylum with a penchant for eating living things in hopes of obtaining their life force, making him a willing acolyte of Dracula. He eventually was killed by Dracula in the book and the movie, and now there's no expected timeline for this particular movie. I personally Don't know why I want a backstory to Renfield, but we'll see what they come up with. Amazon Studios' Lord of the Rings series is getting very costly. The Hollywood Reporter has confirmed that Amazon will spend roughly 659 million New Zealand dollars, that's 465 million US, for just the first season. Now, this is much more than was originally estimated. It was estimated that would cost 500 million for several seasons of the show. Now, the show is currently in production and should debut on Amazon later this year. Costume designer Robert Fletcher has passed away. He had a 60-year career in screen and Broadway, including the first 4 Star Trek films, which earned him 3 Saturn Award nominations and a win for Star Trek IV. He is especially remembered for establishing the look and style of the Klingons and Vulcans. His other credits include work on North and South Book 2, Fright Night, The Last Starfighter, The Dean Martin Show, and much more. He retired to Kansas City, Missouri, where he died at the age of 95. Actor James Hampton has also passed away. James might be best known for the roles of Private Hannibal Dobbs on F Troop, the caretaker in the Burt Reynolds movie The Longest Yard, and the father in the Michael J. Fox movie Teen Wolf. James was born in Oklahoma City in July of 1936 and was raised in Dallas, where he grew up and eventually signed up for the Army after a series of failed jobs. After he got out of the Army, he tried his hand at acting and finally found his career. In addition to The Longest Yard and Teen Wolf, he also acted in The China Syndrome, Teen Wolf 2, Police Academy 5, Assignment Miami Beach, Sling Blade, and many more. His TV credits include Gunsmoke, Gomer Pyle, Rawhide, The Doris Day Show, The Wonderful World of Disney, The Dukes of Hazzard, The Greatest American Hero, Matt Houston, Who's the Boss, Murder, She Wrote, the 1986 Teen Wolf TV series, Superboy, Days of Our Lives, Full House, and many more. James Hampton passed away from complications from Parkinson's disease on April 7th as home in Fort Worth, Texas. He was 84 years old. And finally, Felix Silla, the actor behind the Addams Family's Cousin It, as well as Buck Rogers' Tweaky, has passed away as well. Born in Roscalia, Italy in 1937, he grew up to only stand 3 foot 11 inches, and he trained as a circus performer before coming to the U.S. in 1955. Here, he joined Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus as a bareback rider, trapeze artist, and a tumbler, before finding work in Hollywood as a stuntman in 1962. A year later, he would do stunts in the movie A Ticklish Affair and get his first acting credits in the TV series Grindel. Bonanza, Petticoat Junction, and the original pilot of Star Trek, The Cage, would soon follow. However, he is best known for the role in the classic Addams Family series as the giant hairdo known as Cousin It. Felix would play Cousin It 17 times on the show. He would also take up the Cousin It costume again in 1977's Halloween with the new Addams Family TV movie. He also appeared in 1968's Planet of the Apes, H.R. Pufnstuf, Bewitched, Night Gallery, Lidsville, the animated Lord of the Rings movie, the original Battlestar Galactica as Lucifer, Buck Rogers, Star Wars Return of the Jedi as that hang-gliding Ewok, Meatballs Part 2, Spaceballs, Married with Children, Batman Returns as Emperor Penguin, and many more. Now, Felix moved to Las Vegas in 2003 and enjoyed playing harmonica in a band and signing autographs at conventions all over the world. Felix Silla passed away after a battle with pancreatic cancer. He is survived by his wife of 56 years, Sue, and their children Bonnie and Michael. Felix Silla was 84 years old. And that brings us to the end of the sci-fi news. Now, be sure to check us out on our social media. We're at Twitter at Multiverse Tom. We're also on Facebook and Instagram as well. And if you'd like to contribute some money or check our show notes, visit our TeePublic store, and so much more, head on over to the brand new MultiverseTonight.com. If you're a subscriber, please be sure to share us with your friends. And if you're brand new to the show, please be sure to subscribe. Leave some feedback. Let me know how we're doing. Let me know how our new Friday date will affect you if it affects you at all. Special thanks to Shane Ivers for the intro music and Lobo Loco for the outro theme music. Thanks for watching the Sci-Fi Edition Multiverse Tonight. We'll be back in just 2 days with a brand new comic book edition and a couple of weeks with a brand new sci-fi edition. Now please exit the universe in an orderly fashion. Good night. Multiverse Tonight is a production of Half Baked Genre Productions, copyright 2021. All rights reserved. I have to create a button for that little pre-show dealer bar there. Let me do that real quick in Stream Deck. Source. That should take care of it. On, off, on, off. Alright, let me take a second here and have a drink. Talk amongst yourself. In a little while from now, I'm not feeling less down. I promise myself I treat myself and visit a nearby tower. Climbing to the top, throw myself off. In an effort to make it clear to who it was like when you're shattered, left standing in a church where people are saying, "My God, that's tough." She stood him up. No point in us remaining. May as well go home. As I did on my own, alone again, naturally. All right, let's change my mini deck. And cameras up. This might actually be longer of the two. Because I think some of that's because there's the Annie Awards came out, so of all those listed in the show notes, but I'm not going to mention them all. I'm just going to kind of go through some of the highlights, the ones I've highlighted. Anyway, let's get on with this. Get along. All right. Ready and tonight, Black Adam keeps hiring. Peter David takes another crack at X Factor, and we remember voiceover artist Mark Elliott. And now, our feature presentation, Multiverse Tonight. Comic books, sci-fi, fantasy, and more. If you're looking for a roundup of geeky news, you're in the right place. This is Multiverse Tonight. here's your host, Thomas Townley. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 122, comic book edition of Multiverse Tonight. I'm, of course, as I said, Thomas Townley. Yes, I introduce myself, because who else will? It's, again, I'm recording this on Monday, which is going to be a very nice sunny day. The right before a very cold snowstorm makes its way in the last gasp of winter. So, it's very annoying. As I mentioned in the sci-fi edition, my hours and days off have changed to work. I'll be going in later, coming home later, and also they've moved my days off from Sunday, Monday, which was nice, to Friday, Sunday, which is just a pain in the butt. So now I'm going to have to move the recording date for the show. I'm going to probably move it to Friday. So if you have Fridays off and you want to watch me record new episodes, you're more than welcome to. You can go to Twitch or YouTube on Friday the 7th around 1 p.m. thereabouts, and I'll be recording new episodes. But that also means that normally I record on Monday, I release on Tuesday, so there will not be a new episode of the sci-fi edition on the 4th. So I don't know how I'm going to do that, where I'm just going to record one episode that week on the 7th and then just go back into regular rotation, or whether I'm going to release a sci-fi and comic edition on the 10th and then just change the dates or something. I don't know. I think I'll probably just release like an omnibus episode there on the 7th and just call it good. So if you really like that and you really want me to just record one episode of combined comic book and sci-fi news, everyone get together, listen to that one episode, really run the numbers up, get your friends and family, run those numbers up, and maybe I'll just start recording one comic book and sci-fi edition like I did when I started the podcast. And, because, it doesn't really matter to me. The only reason I split the show into two was I felt that, it was running like 40 minutes to an episode, or 40 minutes or more to an episode. And I thought that was maybe a little bit long for people to just, sit and listen to one person talk. I'm lucky that I don't talk in a monotone like this. Hi, welcome to Multiverse Tonight. I'm your host, Thomas Townley. At least try to vary my voice and vary what I say. So anyway, that's enough of that. So let's go ahead and get on with the DC Comics news. And we begin with Black Adam, which has now started production, but is still in the process of casting as well. The Hollywood Reporter has revealed that 13-year-old Bodhi Sabangui has been cast in a secret role. Now, Sabangui has had appearances on DC's Legends of Tomorrow, ABC's A Million Little Things, and Netflix's The Babysitter's Club. 13-year-old, I'm guessing Black Adam is a kid. I'm guessing, I don't know. What roles could there be? Over at Shazam 2, the Lucy Liu has been signed on to play the villainess named Calypso, she's the second daughter of Atlas and sister to Hespera, who will be played by Helen Mirren in the movie. Now, Shazam 2, Fear of the Gods, is set to start shooting next month and is set for release on June 2nd, 2023. Now, also, casting news, Deadline.com has an exclusive report that Aquaman 2 is working on casting Game of Thrones alum Pilu Asbæk in an unknown role. Now, that film is set to hit theaters in December 26th of 2022. Now, that's a lot of casting news. Let's hope for the best. A rare copy of Action Comics #1 has sold at auction for $3.25 million, being a previous record set in 2014. Now, this copy was bought in 2018 for more than $2 million. So, in other words, the guy got his investment. A writer on the Justice League movie claims that Warner Brothers had no plan of order for building a connected DC Films universe. Writer Chris Terrio, talking to Vanity Fair, said, quote, "I never had anything direct with him," talking about Warner Brothers chairman Kevin Suihara. "As far as I can tell, and the brass at the very top decided the order of the films. I was not consulted on the order of the films, even though I was the person writing Justice League. They just determined that it was going to be Batman, Superman, and then Wonder Woman, then Justice League, and then Aquaman. So there was never any thought to how the world was constructed before they issued this edict," they said, "conform to this schedule. The Wonder Woman script wasn't even finished when I wrote Justice League, so I had no basis to write Wonder Woman other than Batman versus Superman. The masquerade didn't even exist. I was never shown anything on the page for it. I didn't know whether people could talk underwater. That was a scene that I had to ask because I didn't know if I could do underwater scenes with Aquaman and the Atlanteans. It was all just from scratch because there had been no solo character films. So Justice League needed to establish 3 of the characters. It had to create a long game mythology for the DC universe. It had to resurrect Superman because he was dead at the end of the last movie. I just don't know how you could do all that in under 2 hours. Maybe the 2017 release proved that you couldn't," unquote. Now, that just kind of shows that the suits at Warner Brothers just have no clue what they have. And instead of looking at the Marvel model on how to do this, Marvel established a very well thought out model of we start here, then we go here, then we go here, then we go here, then we have the team up. Then we start a new set. We start here, we go here, we go here, we go here, we have the team up. Why the suits at Warner Brothers couldn't figure that out? Who knows? Anyway, do you like the music of the Snyder Cut? Do you want it on vinyl? Mondo is set to slake your thirst with the limited edition Zack Snyder Justice League 7XLP box set, available for pre-order on their website. Now, for $200, you get 4 hours of Tom Holkenborg's score pressed across 7 discs, with a laser-etched B-side on the final disc. It's all housed in a white and silver foil stamped hard shell slipcase, with the individual sleeves featuring images of Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, Flash, Cyborg, Aquaman, and Darkseid. Now, Mondo said about it in a quote, "But the big budget redemption arc of the opportunity to build upon what he had started many years ago with new skills and tools, this time with no other cook in the kitchen but his director and friend. As pure as any film music expression has ever existed, Hulkenborg's nearly 4-hour opus is as bombastic and singular as the film it complements, and we are honored to present the premier physical release with this staggering work of expression." And unquote. It's like expression and consumerism. And I still haven't sat down to watch either cut of Justice League. It's just, again, when Warner Brothers doesn't care to create a cohesive universe, why should I care to sit down and watch their work? Anyway, wow, I'm kind of catty today, aren't I? Let's go on to the Marvel news. Writer Peter David is having another crack at X Factor. In July's X-Men Legends number 5, David's X Factor team of Polaris, Havoc, Wolfsbane, Strong Guy, Quicksilver, Multiple Man, and Government Liaison Val Cooper will show up again. In a statement, Mr. David said, quote, X Factor are old friends of mine, and I was delighted when Marvel gave me the opportunity to revisit them. I have to admit, I was a little concerned since so many years have passed, but the moment I started writing them, it was like no time had gone by at all. The issue will fill in what happened to the team between issues 75 and 76. X-Men Legends will have art by Todd Nuck. Black Widow has officially been given a PG-13 rating by the Motion Picture Association of America. The PG rating is for intense sequences of violence and action, some language, and thematic material. The movie will premiere in theaters on Disney Plus premiere on July 9th. Marvel is reviving the Amazing Fantasy title in a new series by writer and artist Kara Andrews. The new Amazing Fantasy will have a Captain America, Spider-Man, and Black Widow, all of whom have been plucked from different time periods and dropped on a mysterious island. Black Widow comes from when she was a student of Russia's Red Room. Spider-Man somewhere back when he was still in high school, and Captain America from his World War II days. In a statement, Andrews says, quote, my very first memories of reading anything, even before I could read words, were of holding a Marvel comic in my hands at the age of 4. I had no idea what the characters were saying, but I was enchanted with the story told through pictures. It is a thrill to return to a new Marvel Limited series, writing and drawing not just my favorite characters, but my favorite versions of these characters. I just had to come up with a plan to put World War II Captain America, Teenage Spider-Man, and Spy School Black Widow into the same adventure. This is a story that combines not just different Marvel eras, but different art styles to depict them. As a creator, sometimes you want to invent new heroes and villains to expand the universe into different places or ideas. But sometimes there is an even greater power in embracing what has come before. I'm telling fresh and passionate tales with heroes that an audience has already invested in a lifetime in. There is a beating heart to these archetypes, and they need to live again, unquote. Amazing Fantasy #1 comes out on July 28th. Marvel has announced that She-Hulk has a target on her back in this July as they kick off World War She-Hulk. Now here's the press release, quote, Jason Aaron and Javier Garron's run on Avengers continues this July with the storyline She-Hulk fans have been waiting for. Beginning in Avengers number 46, World War She-Hulk will bring Jennifer Walters' current journey to its pulse-pounding conclusion, setting the hero on a new path just in time for Avengers number 50. An homage to the hit 2007 crossover event by Greg Pak, World War She-Hulk will stand on its own as a new pulse-pounding saga in the Hulk mythos. The action-packed arc will see She-Hulk facing off against Red Guardian and the Winter Guard. After the shocking events of Enter the Phoenix, the Earth has become more fractured and volatile than ever, especially for the Avengers. Once She-Hulk is declared a global menace, Russia's mightiest heroes, the Winter Guard, are tasked with bringing Jen to justice and face a fate no Hulk could hope to endure. When the Russian Winter Guard invades Avengers Mountain to arrest She-Hulk, it sets off a global espionage adventure that takes us from the notorious assassin training academy of the Red Room to the undersea kingdom on the verge of a violent revolution, said writer Aaron. Along the way, traitors will fall, regimes will crumble, and the dark evolution of Jennifer Walters will reach its bloody red crescendo as we all build towards the epic events of Avengers number 50. Don't miss this exciting chapter in the saga of She-Hulk when Avengers number 46 hits stands on July 7th. For more information, visit marvel.com. Alfred Molina has broken the news that he will indeed be returning to the role of Dr. Octopus for Spider-Man No Way Home. Telling Variety, he said, quote, when we were shooting it, we were all under orders not to talk about it because it was supposed to be some great big secret. But, you know, it's all over the internet. I actually described myself as the worst kept secret in Hollywood. Now, unquote. Now, he also revealed that director John Watts told him that the movie will pick up right where Doc Ock dropped into the river at the end of Spider-Man 2. Now, No Way Home will be released on December 17th. Now, let's go on to the geek news. Kevin Smith has decided to launch a new studio, Jay and Silent Bob's Crypto Studio, with a plan to sell his new horror anthology movie Kilroy Was Here as an NFT or non-fungible token. The director slash actor slash comic book creator slash, well, etc., told Deadline.com, quote, "As an indie artist, I'm always looking for a new platform through which to tell a story, and crypto has the potential to provide that, while also intersecting with our almost 25 years of experience selling real-world collectibles online and at the brick-and-mortar Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash. Back in 1994, we took Clerks up to Sundance and sold it. Selling Kilroy as an NFT feels very similar. However, whoever buys it could choose to monetize it traditionally or simply own a film that nobody ever sees but them. We're not trying to raise financing by selling NFTs for a Kilroy movie. The complete Kilroy movie is the NFT. And if this works, we suddenly have a new stage on which I and other better artists than me can tell our stories," unquote. Now, again, the owner of this NFT will have exclusive rights to exhibit, distribute, and stream the work. Now, Kevin is selling Jay and Silent Bob artwork as NFTs as well. You can find them at crypto.jayandsilentbob.com. Now, I've looked at these folks and they are not cheap, so bring your wallet. The pandemic has claimed the ArcLight and Pacific Theaters. The parent company, Ducurion, issued a statement saying, quote, "After shutting our doors more than a year ago, today we find we must share the difficult and sad news that Pacific will not be reopening its ArcLight cinemas and Pacific Theater locations. This was not the outcome anyone wanted, but despite a huge effort that exhausted all potential options, the company does not have a viable way forward. To all the ArcLight and Pacific employees who have devoted their professional lives to making our theaters the very best places in the world to see movies, we're grateful for your service and your dedication to our customers. To our guests and members of the film industry who have made going to the movies such a magical experience over the years, our deepest thanks. It has been an honor and a pleasure to serve you," unquote. Now, Pacific Theaters is a chain of 300 screens in California, including the ArcLight named theaters, such as the historic Cinerama Dome in Hollywood. Joe Cornish will be writing and directing an adaptation of Mark Millar's comic Starlight for 20th Century Studios. Now, Cornish is best known for directing Attack the Block. Starlight was drawn by Goran Parlov and has been described as Flash Gordon meets The Dark Knight Returns. The comic centered on a space hero who saved the universe 35 years previous, but no one on Earth believes his stories. When suddenly his old rocket shows up, adventure awaits. No time frame for a release for this project has been given yet. The CW's live-action Powerpuff Girls series, Powerpuff, has cast Tom Kenny as the narrator and Robin Lively as Sarah Bellum. Now, Tom Kenny previously voiced the narrator on the animated series as well as other characters, and Robin Lively is best known for the 1999 movie Teen Witch, The Karate Kid Part 3, and recurring roles on Twin Peaks and Doogie Howser, M.D. The 48th Annual Annie Awards were handed out. Now, these are the animation awards. Here's a list of winners for the 48th Annual Awards. Now, I'm going to read some of the big winners. If you want to read the full list, please head on over to multiversetonight.com and look at the show notes. Winner of Best Feature was Soul from Pixar. The Best Indie Feature was Wolfwalkers from Cartoon Salon Massaline Productions for Apple and G-Kids. Best TV Media General Audience was Genndy Tartakovsky's primal episode Coven of the Damned from Cartoon Network Studios. Best effects for a feature went to Soul. Best character animation for a feature also went to Soul. The Mandalorian picked up Best Character Animation Live Action. Best Movie for TV went to Star Wars The Clone Wars. And Best Music for a feature went to Soul's Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross, and John Batiste. Best storyboarding for a feature also went to Soul. Best writing for a feature also went to Soul. Best editorial for a feature went to Soul. So congratulations to Soul and all the other winners. Again, if you want to look at that list, head on over to multiversetonight.com. The fourth Hotel Transylvania movie has gotten a new title and a release date. The movie will be called Hotel Transylvania Transformania. The movie is being billed as the final installment in the franchise. The synopsis for the movie is, quote, Drax Pack is back, and you've never seen them like you've never seen them before. Hotel Transylvania Transformania will be the final chapter of the successful franchise from Sony Pictures Animation, with the first 3 installments grossing over $1.3 billion at the global box office. Franchise creator Genndy Tartakovsky returns as screenwriter and executive producer alongside Michelle Murdoka and Selena Gomez, who will also reprise her role as Dracula's daughter, Mavis, unquote. Now, that's not really descriptive as to what the movie is about, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see. The movie is set to open in theaters this July 23rd. The Boys spin-off series has cast actress Rihanna Hardesty in its lead role. The series is going to be set in a college within the Boys universe. It's a college for superheroes run by Voight International. Rihanna joins Sean Paul McGhee, Amy Saharo, Maddie Phillips, Jazz Sinclair, and Lizzie Broadway in the cast. Amazon has decided to cancel its Lord of the Rings massively multiplayer online role-playing game, which was announced back in 2019. The game had been in development at Amazon Game Studios alongside Chinese-based Leyou Technologies Holdings Limited. Unfortunately, Leyou was purchased by Tencent Holdings Limited back in December, and the resulting contract negotiations between the two titans of capitalism have led to a dispute between Amazon and Tencent, leading to the cancellation of the game.
And now, our feature presentation.
Those words are all over my childhood. If you've ever picked up a Disney video cassette back then, you'll recognize that voice. That was the voice of Mark Elliott. Mark passed away. Now, again, he's not a name you'll recognize, but you'll recognize that voice. He was the voice of Disney previews and trailers from 1977 to 2008. Elliott, whose original name was John Harrison Frick Jr., was born in Cedar Rapids, Iowa on September 24th, 1939. He started his career in Cedar Rapids as a DJ at a radio station, and then worked at various stations in his career in Iowa, Ohio, Ontario, and San Francisco, and finally in Los Angeles in 1970. Now, after a 32-year career in radio, he branched out into voiceover work in 1977. Now, his first paid work was the voiceover for the trailer for Smokey and the Bandit. He would also voice the radio ad campaign for Star Wars and the rom-com The Goodbye Girl. Now, all three became successful, and with their success, it catapulted his voiceover career. In 1977, he was hired to provide the voiceover for the theatrical re-release of Walt Disney's Cinderella, which began an association with Disney that would last well into the 2000s. He would voice trailers, narrate the magical world of Disney, and provide voiceovers for previews and bumpers on home video release. Now, he said about the experience with Disney, quote, "You think about decisions that were made and paths that were chosen and all that sort of thing, and working for Disney for me is the defining moment in my career, in my life, not just my career, but in my life. because it did is gave me this identity which continues to this day. Being the voice of Disney is a wonderful touchstone for my career. If that's the identity that I carry with me for the rest of my life, I wouldn't have it any other way. Unquote. Now, Mark died in a Los Angeles hospital after suffering 2 heart attacks. He also was battling lung cancer at the time. Mark Elliott was 81 years old. And that will bring us to the end of the comic book news. Now, be sure to check us out on social media. We're at Twitter at Multiverse Tom. We're also on Facebook and Instagram as well. And if you'd like to contribute some money, check out the show notes, visit the TeePublic store, and so much more. Just head over to the brand new multiversetonight.com. If you're a subscriber, be sure to share us with friends. And if you're brand new to the show, please be sure to subscribe and tell us how we're doing. Now, special thanks to Shane Ivers for the intro music and Lobo Loco for the outro theme music. Thanks for watching the comic book edition of Multiverse Tonight. We'll be back in 2 weeks with a brand new sci-fi and comic book edition. Now, please exit the universe in an orderly fashion. Good night. Multiverse Tonight is a production of Half-Baked Genre Productions. Copyright 2021. All rights reserved. Alright, folks. That is going to do it for today. Now, again, we won't be back 2 weeks from today. We'll be back 2 weeks and a few days, that Friday, for our brand new recording day, and we'll see how I feel. If I have to argue with them that, to change my schedule, I guess I will. I guess I'll take it to the head office. Anyway, again, I thank you, and we'll see you